Hey guys, welcome back here to the Fishing Teacher, and really appreciate you guys swinging by the channel for today's episode. Guys, I'm going to make the case today and try to convince you that all you need to peg, anytime you're fishing a Texas rig, something like this, the only thing you need is a toothpick to peg it with. You don't need all this fancy bobber stopper stuff that's available out there. Old toothpick actually does a better job, and I'm going to explain why in today's episode here. And actually, guys, I'm getting ready to rig up some Texas rigs myself and do some pegging. I've got my tournament tomorrow at Truman Lake, our BFL tournament. So getting everything ready for that and getting all my tackle ready. And I wanted to show you the reel I'm going to be using tomorrow, guys. You've heard me talk about the KastKing ALTI reel a lot lately. This is their new MGTI reel that KastKing has. This is their top of the line bait caster, built for stout, smooth as butter, can't hardly backlash the thing. 11 ball bearings, guys. This is a freaking sweet reel. If you're interested in checking it out, I'll put my KastKing link in the description of this video. And if you use the promo code Randy10, you get an additional discount. And guys, check that website out there that I link in there. KastKing has a ton of stuff. They got like tackle boxes. They got, Ned heads. They got a ton of different gear I didn't even know they had. So you might want to check that out. And again, thank you everybody that's been using all those links. I appreciate it. Okay, guys, there's three main pegging systems that people use that I want to talk about. The first one is probably the most popular. This is the bobber stopper. And there's no bobbers left on it because I don't use these anymore. This is just the old one I had laying around. But the reason you don't want to use a bobber stopper is the fact that a bobber stopper will pin the slip sinker super hard against the hook. And one of the big keys in Texas rig fishing is you want this slip sinker to be able to move. You want it to be able to be held down where it doesn't completely separate, like when there's none on it like that, but you don't want it to be locked down. You want it to have some movement like that. You're just going to land a lot more fish once you do have it in like that. And that's one of the drawbacks with the bobber stopper is it locks that sinker into place. Also with the bobber stopper, most of those bobber stoppers are about 1/8 of an inch long. So it just adds extra bulk to the visual. It actually acts as a visual strike detractor to the fish because it adds more something that's unnatural to the sinker. So I do not like bobber stoppers. And then you have these rubber peggets like this. I don't know if you've ever seen these. These rubber peggets are okay, but the problem with a rubber pegget, these rubber pegs here, is they come out real easy. It's like you put them in there and throughout the course of the day, they work their way loose and come loose. So you got to use another one. The best thing you can use is just an old round toothpick. This is the ultimate pegging system because here's why. A round toothpick, guys, it will allow you to put as much tension or not on the sinker. In other words, if for some reason I want it to get pretty tight against there, I can just really shove it up in there hard and it's going to get locked down. And then other times I just maybe want just a little bit, so I can just put it in there like that. And I've still got freedom of movement. It'll still move back and forth free. It's tight against there, but it'll still move a little bit. So the depth that you put the toothpick in there will determine, how tight that sinker is against that. And so the toothpick, there's not another tool out there that allows you to control how much pressure or how much tension that you actually put on that sinker's ability to slide or not slide. Now, I hear some people say, well, you don't want to use a toothpick, Randy, because it's going to fray your line. No, it ain't going to fray your line. I've been using toothpicks for 40 years, guys, and I have never had or lost or frayed a line using a toothpick. Now, I've used this other stuff. I've used the bobber stoppers, and I have used the peggets here. So this is something that I have determined throughout the course of my own fishing that is just, I think it's just as superior. And they're cheap, guys. They cost, round toothpicks are cheap. And these freaking bobber stoppers and these peggets like here, these things are high dollar in a tackle store. So anyway, guys, I don't have them on my Tackle Warehouse link. I could try to sell you some bobber stoppers on my Tackle Warehouse link, but I'm not going to. Just go down to the grocery store your next time you're there and pick up a box of round toothpicks and call it good. So just wanted to throw that little tidbit video out there and hope it helps you guys out, and we'll talk later.